Greetings, 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 good people. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning royal family member, follower, and or friend, welcome back. All right. So it's time for a quick hot topics. Okay, we got Ray J on the lineup. He is making some shocking allegations about his own health. All right. Tyler Perry, he's in the lineup. He is facing criticism from none other than Judge Joe Brown. All right. Then we're going to get into some Nene news. You know, she's back in the Bravo universe. All right. So there's some juicy updates regarding the Ultimate Girls Trip. And there was a conversation that took place between Nene and Sierra Gates about plastic surgery. As you are coming in, please pay your admission by hitting the like button. All right. Show some love to the thumbs up button. Be sure to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts and all that good stuff. Okay. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Ray J, he's up first. Okay. Now, you guys know that Ray J is no stranger to controversy. Ray J is always circulating in the social media sphere. It's never for anything really, really 100% positive. It's always some mess. All right. So Ray J says that he only has weeks to live, and he's telling his fans that he expects to be up out of here before the end of February. All right, y'all, take a look and listen. Like to hear it, here it go.
Try to remember this stream. This is my last stream of all time, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not even gassing y'all. This is it. So we're gonna have fun tonight. Hopefully we can go for like 30, 45 minutes. This is my last. If y'all rewind time on this, I just want to thank everybody for ever supporting me, good and the bad. Thank you. I see y'all. I see y'all soon. I don't
Put a little love in it.
I don't supposed to drink, but it don't matter. That's it for me.
One thing about it, I just so happen to be the bad friend. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna influence him to drink.
Nah, it don't matter. Time tells everything. And they gave me my time. I'm not gonna tell y'all when, but it's like it's sooner than later. It's sooner than February.
No, brother, don't say that. Who's going to?
And then when it's all done, burn me. Don't bury me.
Oh.
I gotta do one more checkup tomorrow. My mama and my daddy coming to pick me up tomorrow. And they're gonna take me to the checkup, but shout out to my mom and daddy, and shout out to Brandy. Shout out to Brandy for looking out for me. She paid my bills for me for the rest of the year. My sister paid my bills for the rest of the year. That's crazy.
Yes, it's gonna be a blast. Yeah, but
I got like 3 weeks left, but they said that, but I don't believe that.
I'm fake. All right.
I don't believe that. I want y'all to remember this stream. This is my last stream.
All right, Ray J. You know, this guy, it's just always something with him. I think that Ray J, given commentary on Ray J before, and I said that I feel like Ray J is a slave to social media, and he has to continuously pump out content and trend, go viral on social media to fulfill some sort of probably wild and crazy contract. I don't know. That's just where my head has been because it's just the things that Ray J gets online and says and does. It's like he's always broadcasting contention, drama. It's just a lot. It's just too much. And I saw this comment. This comment was very interesting. And it reads, he always figures a way to do something when Brandy is expecting recognition. If he is sick, I hope he gets well soon. Now, for those of you who don't know, I should have incorporated this into this Hot Topics lineup. Brandy is going to be receiving a recognition by the Grammys. Prior to the Grammys, they give out these awards recognizing, artists. So Brandy is going to be receiving, I forgot what award it is for being the vocal Bible or whatever the award is, but Brandy is going to be awarded by the Recording Academy with this prestigious, award catered to her specifically. I did see the announcement earlier today. I just forgot to put that in the lineup. So this person obviously feels that Ray J is trying to kind of like outshine his sister for whatever reason. I don't think he can ever outshine Brandy. He can only just continuously ruin his brand. His brand is synonymous with foolishness. And it's unfortunate because Ray J is a talented producer. He's a talented creative, you know what I mean? And it's just he is getting in his own way. Now, prior to this video, he went online chronicling his health issue. He was at one point, it looks like, in the emergency room or in a cardiologist's office getting, EKGs done. Then he announced that allegedly his heart is only working at a 20% capacity. So I guess fast forward to present day, he is saying that he expected to be up out of here. Now, he is fairly young for his heart to only be working at 20% capacity, means that he is at his health is bad. If that's true, right? He can definitely get a pacemaker. People who are way older than him, probably older than his parents, even have pacemakers and they live healthy, long lasting lives. All right. I don't know what's going on with Ray J. Like I said, I just think that he has some sort of weird setup where he has to constantly post the most controversial, just gimmicky stuff online. And he hasn't proven otherwise because it's always something with Ray J. Someone else in the comments wrote, the tongue is a powerful thing. Ray J, if you can, I'm going to need you to just stay off social media for a while and go sit down. You got a lot going on. Back in December, you had a restraining order against you. You couldn't spend Christmas with your kids. Then you ended up in the hospital. Now you're talking about you ready to check up out of here. You only have weeks to live. It's just please, please just go and sit down, okay? Um oh, 211. This is interesting. I just saw this. He said before the end of February he'll be up out of here, and someone wrote 211 with a question mark. 211 is not only Brandy's birthday, but that is the date that Whitney Houston passed. Interesting. Somebody put OMG and then these surprise face emojis. Someone said, I feel so sorry for Brandy. Words have power. That's all I got. Oh boy. OMG. Ray J, please go take a nap. Yeah, Ray J, just please go and sit down somewhere. Good grief. It's just always some drama with him and it's annoying. It's really really annoying. All right, y'all, moving along. Who do we have up next? Oh, speaking of annoying, my goodness. So, Judge Joe Brown was recently interviewed by whom and for what? I don't even know. But he was recently interviewed and he pretty much criticized Tyler Perry as he's often known to do. Okay, so he was trending after a recent interview where he went straight at Tyler Perry and the type of content he believes Perry puts into the world. Now, I did not see this interview. I don't even know who he interviewed with. I had no interest on going to look for the interview. I've watched Judge Joe Brown's interviews in the past, and he is allowed to say some of the most crazy things in the most disrespectful manner. And it's just unbecoming of a man of his age. You would think that he would have a little bit more class, but he's just he can be a whack job at times, okay? Even if sometimes he may be telling the truth or I may agree or other people may agree. I just feel like as you grow older, you should become wiser. But with age, comes wisdom doesn't apply to everybody. Anyway, so Judge Joe Brown, he claimed that Perry's career was boosted by powerful people in media, saying that the powers that be in the communications, entertainment, and news industries supported that. They supported him. He also said that Tyler Perry became famous for repeatedly playing female characters in his early films, noting that he was quote unquote portraying this woman repeatedly in a franchise. But the biggest criticism was about masculinity. Okay. Judge Joe Brown said that if you look at his stuff, it's so anti masculine that it's just glaring. It's anti masculine. And he's pushed for that. He added that Perry still isn't paid like other Hollywood heavyweights, saying that he does not get paid the same as mainstream individuals do. Okay, so You have a problem with him dressing as Medea because that's his most famous character, right? He became very, very popular for portraying Medea, right? So you don't like it because it's not masculine, but then you say that he's not getting paid like the mainstream heavyweights. You want him to get paid for this? I don't know, Joe Brown. You don't even know what you're saying half the time. So you want him to be heavily financially rewarded for playing a role that you say is anti-masculine. So you want him to be rewarded for what you deem, I guess, as offensive. I don't get it. Anyway, Brown then compared the entertainment industry's influence to drugs, saying that they've been pushing what some friends of mine would call mind crack. Crack is a big business. First of all, that's Judge Mathis's thing, okay? I like when Judge Mathis asks people if they smoke crack and call people crackheads or accuse people of being crackheads. That's Judge Mathis's thing. Anyway, crack is big business, but you shouldn't sell crack because it does bad things to people. He ended by warning about how men are talked about in society. You keep talking about men aren't good for anything. So, are you going to raise your son to be a man if you don't know what he's supposed to be good for? That's the problem. Now, what are your thoughts? I mean, I wish I would have found the interview, but like I said, when it comes to Judge Joe Brown, I can take him in small doses if I have to take him at all. I just think that he's very, I don't know, he's just not a wise old man. He's a crotchety old man. He's very nasty and rude. Someone said Baby Medea is an icon in all black households. And some people say, nah, not all. No, she isn't. Speak for yourself. Speak for your own household because my household already has a spokesperson and it's a no over here. Always has been. So some people feel like they agree. Some people agree with Judge Joe Brown. Some people have a gripe with Tyler Perry. We've heard the criticisms of Tyler Perry, about Tyler Perry before, how he's a detriment to the black community, how he is anti-masculine, how a black man in a dress is buffoonery. Some people feel like Tyler Perry has given dozens, hundreds of black people jobs, put black people in positions to be financially, stable, to take care of themselves, giving lots and lots of black people opportunities. So it's kind of mixed. But what say you? Um, I don't know. Someone said, not mine, can't stand that character. There's a lot of people that don't like Medea. Medea is an icon, someone says. Someone else says, Medea made many men gay. So I agree. I don't know how Medea can make a man gay, but go off. Right, OG. I say it all the time. Don't no man like Tyler Perry movies. They gay as hell and don't represent black men. Do I think that Tyler Perry represents all black men? No. Do I think that Judge Joe Brown represents all black men? No. I don't think any one person is a representation of an entire group of people. And unfortunately, we oftentimes pick out certain people, and say they're a poor representation of this, that, and the other. Tyler Perry does not represent me as a black person. Judge Joe Brown doesn't represent me as a black person. Everybody doesn't think the same. I don't know. I don't like a lot of Tyler Perry's content. I don't like a lot of his like projects. But it doesn't matter if I like it or not. Tyler Perry, is he a billionaire status yet or close to it, right? So somebody likes it. Somebody's paying him to do what it is that he's doing. And whether Judge Joe Brown likes it or not, whether I like some of his content or not, doesn't matter. Tyler Perry is doing whatever it is that he wants to do. I don't think that Judge Joe Brown should lose any sleep over what Tyler Perry is doing, and I don't think Tyler Perry gives a damn because he's made it his business not to address certain things. And sometimes that's the best course of action. Judge Joe Brown is his elder, and seeing Tyler Perry cuss Joe Brown out is not going to do anything for Tyler Perry or his brand. Plus, he has projects coming up with Netflix. He has a partnership with Netflix. So he's doing whatever it is that he, wants to do. Whether I agree with certain things, whether Joe Brown agrees with certain things, whether you, he, she, them, they agree with certain things, it doesn't take away from the fact that there are people who support Tyler Perry and they are going to go to bat for Tyler Perry, okay? Even so much so that they don't even, they're not even taking into consideration a lot of the accusations that have been, launched against Tyler Perry recently. So, you can't tell people about their faves. So it is what it is. Anyway, moving along to more interesting and pressing matters. Nene Leaks and Sierra Gates. Okay, Sierra Gates is from Love and Hip Hop. She's Atlanta, right? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And Nene had a conversation, and they are saying that they've never had facial plastic surgery. Now I don't know how old this video is because Nene hasn't done a sit down for her Nene Leak show that she has on her YouTube channel in a few months, right? So this is old. So I'm not sure why this is resurfacing. I think this is old. She had Sierra on her show a while back, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's listen to their conversation, okay? Like to hear it? Here it go.
Plastic surgery. Yeah. That a lot of people say that you've had a lot of work done. I know you lost some weight,
60 pounds.
60 pounds? Oh.
People were saying that, your nose is done, your face is done, your body is done. They say the same things about me. And we want this to be a place where we really tell people how we really feel and what's really tea.
Like,
so
really,
what have you really had done?
I want y'all to come to our living room. We ain't had no motherfucking surgery on our face. No. A knife has never, to an extent. Because I know my homegirl has had her nose done.
Yes.
Respectfully many years ago. But at the end of the day, we have not put any.
So Nene admitted just now in the clip when she said her homegirl has had her nose done. She's talking about Nene. Nene has admitted to having a nose job. We did see that play out on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Am I tripping? I'm pretty sure she's had more than one procedure. But yeah, let's keep listening.
Knives to our actual face. I have never got my nose done. I have never had any surgery done to my face.
Your temples pulled, your eyes, your facelift. I've never had a facelift. We're talking a little bit about plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is a little bit of they're playing a little bit of semantics. Um, they probably had procedures done, but as far as like a scalpel, please, and a scalpel to my left, and gauze here, there, everywhere, face pulled back, skull cut open. Okay, but I'm pretty sure that there's been a nip and a tuck and a poke. I'm pretty sure there have been lip injections. I'm pretty sure there's been, you know, Botox is that's not surgery. Those are cosmetic enhancements, all right? But some people some people are not buying it, all right? Some people in the comments, this person wrote, this level of lying is dangerous. Someone else said, why lie? I love the work I had done to my lips and Botox, and I'll tell you proudly, the world's going to judge you regardless of what you do. So what makes you happy? So do what makes you happy. Stand on it and forget what these people have to say. There's literally a whole episode on RHOA of Nene getting her nose done. Not Nene saying this three three noses later. They do know we can see them, right? Botox fillers and facial balancing is not the same as surgery. So they technically aren't lying at all, right? So they've had procedures done or cosmetic enhancements, but actually going under the knife, having surgery with Nene, with the exception of Nene's nose job slash jobs, allegedly. I don't know. Um, Technically, okay. Surgery versus injections isn't the same, is what they're trying to say. Nene literally had surgery on the show. But again, she said in the clip, that she did have her nose done. So, I mean, do you consider Botox, lip fillers, do you consider that plastic surgery? I don't. I don't consider that plastic surgery. I don't consider that surgery at all. I think it's a medical procedure, right? Enhancements, if you will. Listen, do whatever the heck makes you happy. Listen, do you? If that's what y'all want to do you. I still don't understand why people make such a big deal about other people getting plastic surgery or any sort of enhancements or what have you. It's obvious that they've had enhancements done because their faces look significantly different than when they were first introduced to us, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. Anyway, moving along. Now, this is a rumor. This is a rumor. This is all alleged. This is according to Mr. Housewives on Instagram. It is being alleged that Nene Leakes and Lisa Wu allegedly scream at each other while filming Ultimate Girls Trip. Okay. If this is true, then I think reality TV that we once knew could possibly be making a comeback. All right. So, this is what Mr. Housewives is reporting on their social media Instagram page. Okay. I don't know if I fully believe this, but it is possible. Allegedly, the Real Housewives of Atlanta OGs exchanged words while filming Ultimate Girls Trip, and according to the rumors, Lisa Wu started it. Word is that Lisa was very drunk and acting up during the filmed event. Nene Leakes gave a speech about how meaningful it was for her to be included in the celebration of 20 years of the Real Housewives franchise. During the speech, Nene reportedly shouted out all of the Real Housewives of Atlanta women except Lisa. Apparently, Lisa didn't take that well and began yelling at Nene, which then turned into a full blown screaming match between the two. Now, Mr. Housewives on his IG, he's saying, or they are saying, now I don't know how true this is, but it's not far fetched. We've seen Lisa get drunk and lose her cool before. Remember when she showed up to Sheree Whitfield's event in season 15 and randomly went after Sanya Richards? So, yeah, it's possible. But per usual, you didn't hear this from me. I'm not the one to gossip, okay? So let's get into some of these comments. First, let me switch this image. So you see Nene Leaks. I want to know the story behind this getup that Mrs. Leaks is rocking. This ensemble is it's a lot, okay? The headdress, the outfit, the sparkly, the sheer, the nude, what is this giving? Okay, like what was the event that called for all of this? All right. Then you see Don't Be Tardy. You see Sheree Whitfield and Lisa Wu on the end. All right. So that is the cast. This is the cast of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I really can't wait to see this. So let's get into some of these comments. Someone said Lisa was drunk and acting out. Someone else said Lisa was off a bottle of Riesling and shaking like a bobblehead. I can't. Lisa don't like how Nene always left her out when asked who should return to the show. She mentioned that on Carlos's talk show on OWN. I think she still holds that against Nene. Lisa should have been on Real Housewives of Atlanta longer. Do you agree? You think that Lisa should have remained on the Housewives longer than she did? Why do I feel like this is going to be a backdoor pilot entry to bring some of the OGs back after Real Housewives of Atlanta's latest season, or if anything, do a OG Housewives series? Why not? There's so many possibilities for the like multiple spin-offs from the Housewives franchise. It's a huge reality TV brand. I just think that there's a lot of ego. I think that there's a lot of power dynamics um, that have to be dealt with and ironed out, if not completely eliminated, before the fans truly get what they want. Excuse me. I've said plenty of times over the years. Once Nene left, I said I don't necessarily want to see her back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do I think that she could very well possibly end up back on the show? Yes. Um, but I would like to see her venture off and continue to do other things. Like this is cute for them to kind of have her on a couple of episodes when they make their Atlanta stop. Everyone thought that Nene was going to be coming back full throttle. When I've heard the news, I said, let me wait and see in what capacity is Nene going to be returning to Bravo. I want to see her on Watch What Happens Live with Andy. That would be an interesting sit down because I don't think Nene will hold back. I think Nene will be very, very transparent. I think she will keep it real. And I don't think that um, I don't think Andy can handle that. But it's going to make for good TV if she gets back into the clubhouse. But anyway, in this capacity, seeing Nene on the Ultimate Girls Trip, okay, cool. But I still want Nene to do other things. Like Nene is a whole brand all by herself, right? And I just think that as it pertains to reality television or just TV period, entertainment period, she can do so much more than the Real Housewives of Atlanta or any Real Housewives spinoff. I mentioned not many years ago, but a couple years ago, I would love to see Nene on like a dating show where she's like going out with millionaires. Like I don't know, just doing different things. I wouldn't mind seeing her on like a panel show, like an Entertainment Tonight. Um, Yeah, like an Entertainment Tonight, something like that, or like a fashion, the Grammys are coming up, fashion breakdown, like what Joan Rivers used to do. Um, she's done that before. But I don't know. I just want to see Nene kind of separate from the housewives. It'll always be a part of her. She'll always be the housewife, but I just want to see her do something else. So, but this is a nice treat for those of us who love seeing Nene on Bravo. So I don't know. Like I said, if they going at it, they better make it. They better make it count. Make it for some good TV. I wouldn't mind the OGs coming back and doing like a challenge. You guys remember when Real World and Road Rules used to have the challenge, and they would get the people from Real World and the people from Road Rules and put them together and make them do challenging, things. I love Nene when she was on The Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice. Like I said, she's good television. She's freaking entertaining. Um, but there's so much more that she can do. Someone said we are so back. Okay, I can see that. Lisa got a takeover spirit, and Nene had to get her right. Someone else said, "Oh, Lisa, please just let Nene have her moment." Yeah, I think this is all about give them both a peach. Hmm. Like Scream because they reunited or because someone was doing the most? That's a good question. Like, was she screaming like, "Oh, Nene girl," or was it like, "Girl, you shady"? I don't know. This is crazy if true. OMG. I always said I wish Lisa never left the show, to be honest. She was bringing something different and she was a firecracker. Also, no one wants to see the ladies beef. It's supposed to be a celebration. Yeah, it's supposed to be a celebration, but let me tell you something. These ladies are shady and they can be very catty. That was a lot of the show in the earlier years, even up until present day, in all the Housewives franchises. So everything is not going to be kumbaya. Okay, you better watch those B words. Everything is not going to be hand holding, kumbaya, making, roasting marshmallows by the fire. There's going to be some words thrown and there's going to be some shade thrown as well. That is what the people are tuning in for. Yes, fun shade and kumbaya, but shade nonetheless. Okay. A shadeless reunion of the OGs, trust me, the people are not going to be happy. And by the people, I mean me. Okay. So we shall see what transpired. And I also, like I said, I also would like to see the cause for this ensemble that Miss Lenithia Leaks is rocking. Okay. Was she doing too much? What was it? Was it a costume party? I don't know, but I can't wait to see it. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got and got no more. This concludes today's evening edition of the Hot Topics with me, Royal B. Please be sure to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Share the video if you care. And don't forget to pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. All right. All right, y'all. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. So I will see you next time. And I love you for watching. And as always, I will talk to you later.